Hi everyone, welcome to our program of Inside Thainguyen. Today I'm very happy to have the attention of Ms. Heli Kitinoja and Mr. Roman Nevaranta from Thainguyen University, Finland, who are visit Thainguyen to search for educational cooperation. Hi, thanks for joining our program. The first question for you, what countries in the world, which Finland in general and the Thainguyen University in particular has set educational cooperation?
Finland and Finnish universities has a lot of international cooperation all over the world, and we have a lot of degree students coming from Asian countries, African countries, but also from Europe and USA. And then we have exchange mobility students coming from all the continents. So, for instance, Thainguyen University of Applied Sciences has more than 200 partner universities in 52 different countries, and Vietnam is one of them.
Really, also in engineering education, we have exchange students from several countries, from Europe, but also from outside Europe. But clearly the most important partner country is Germany in engineering education. Germany is a very advanced country in the field of technology. That is one reason, and also the culture somehow is similar as what we have in Finland. Then lately France has come very important, and also Vietnam. We have had some Vietnamese students, excellent students from Vietnam, and I hope and I'm sure that this exchange between Finland and Thainguyen especially and Vietnamese universities, it will increase.
And so in Vietnam, what provinces and cities you have set the educational cooperation?
We have started from Thainguyen University of Applied Sciences, and from our region we have started cooperation in 2007, so already 10 years ago. And we have here many partner universities in Hanoi, in Ho Chi Minh City, also in Vinh City we have a partner university, and now also here in Thainguyen we have a new important partner.
Yes, really, we also started in educational engineering. We started 2007 in Hanoi University of Technology, nowadays called Hanoi University of Science and Technology, and some other universities, also vocational universities, mainly teacher cooperation. But I'm very happy to be here in Thainguyen because I know that this University of Technology is the most advanced in many ways in Vietnam, and also internationally measured. For example, the English teaching is here very usual, and that's very important when making this kind of international cooperation.
Yes, and in Thainguyen, what do you think Thainguyen's potentialities for educational cooperation?
We have already had a meeting during this morning with Professor Rector He, and he has very clear strategy, very good strategy to make your university even more international. What it is already today, it is already very international, and we have talked about student and staff exchange, even common programs to make engineering education until the degree level, so that the students from here could come to Finland and make at least 2 years studies in our university and have a degree or examination of a Finnish engineer as well as Vietnamese engineer.
Cooperation this morning, so in this field we have a lot of possibilities to cooperate as well.
About the education environment in Finland, would you please to introduce it?
I think our educational environment is very modern in Finland. We have very good premises for lectures and studies and research as well. and we have also many kind of small workshops and seminars and premises for that, and then also technology is very high level in Finland, so we can use many kind of pedagogical methods in Finnish education, and usually teachers and students, they work together very closely, and student supervision, student counseling is very flexible in many ways.
Do you want to add?
Yeah, also thinking of engineering education in Finland, we have good facilities normally, and especially at our university, School of Technology, we have a very sophisticated laboratory facilities which are important in engineering education. We have been lucky to have not only government financial support, but also regional and city support to make a very sophisticated laboratory facilities, and I have courage to say that they are one of the best in the country among all the universities, technical universities in the country, if not even the best one. So this is important, and what is also typical in our region compared with other regions in Finland, we have a lot of small and medium-sized companies around our university area, and we are making very close cooperation with them in education, but of course also in research and development projects.
Based on what you have shared, I'm sure that you have met a lot of Vietnamese students. So how do you think about them, their capacity, their strength and their weakness?
In our university we have a lot of Vietnamese degree students, so today we have around 50 Vietnamese degree students in our international business education, and they have passed entrance examinations to come to study in Finland, and usually they are very good students, so they are very motivated, they work a lot, and they succeed very well in their studies also. So Vietnamese students are really very welcome to Finland.
Yes, and we have also had some Vietnamese students in our School of Technology, and they are really very hardworking students. They work more than average students work at our school, and I also know some Vietnamese workers who have come to our region in the beginning of the decade, and I have discussed with the managing directors of those companies, and they are very happy with those workers. They have their family in Finland, and they are very skillful and hard-working people. They are very valuable for those companies, and it's really nice to have this kind of cooperation between your country and especially our region, South Ostrobothnia in Finland.
You just say about the strong points of Vietnamese students. How about their weakness? And you think that they have to increase their capacity?
I think there are not so many weaknesses. Maybe capacity to use English language, if we have to say something, it is some of the weaknesses, but year after year English language skills have been also better and better all the time, because we know that you have a lot of English teaching, English courses and so on here in Vietnam also. So
yes, and if I compare with other exchange students which we have from several countries, so I think that Vietnamese, they manage with English language as well, at least as well as the others. So there are some countries which are not, or students from some countries which are not as capable in English language as the Vietnamese students. Maybe you know that of course our cultures are not equal, as they are not equal with any other country, but and our climate is completely different especially in winter time. So these kind of things, they take a little bit time to get used, and I suppose that our Vietnamese students, they have adapted in Finnish culture and climate and all these things very well, very short time.
Yes, and we try to support them also in many ways. So we have also extracurricular activities, tutoring system for the students, also friend-family activities. So also Finnish people, we can learn from Vietnamese students and Vietnamese culture, of course.
If Vietnamese students choose to study in Finland, what are the difficulties they will meet?
Of course, living expenses are higher than in Vietnam. So maybe it is one of the challenges to come to Finland, but our city Seinäjoki is not the biggest city. It is not a capital in Finland, and that's why living expenses in our city are lower than, for instance, in our capital. Also, our city is very safe. It is very easy to cooperate with many kind of people, with different organizations, and to create networks. And then after graduation, some of the degree students, they want to start business in Finland. So maybe this is one situation they need support, not only from our university, but also from the Chamber of Commerce and other organizations. So it's not a difficulty, but it is a challenge, and we have to offer support for them also.
Yes, and maybe one of the big differences between our university and Thainguyen University of Technology, when thinking of everyday life of students, is that we are almost daily making cooperation with the companies around, the industrial companies. It's the same in Finland that many universities, they do not make this kind of tight cooperation, and we have this advantage that, as I already told, that we have the big advantage that we have a lot small and medium-sized companies who are willingly make this kind of cooperation with us, and they like to take also exchange students to work with them. So because many of them, they have a challenge, these companies, they have a challenge to industrialize, to internationalize their activities, and in that kind of process they need students or in general people who have been living in other countries than in Finland, not only because of language but also culture, knowledge and these kind of things.
Thanks for your sharings, and I think that it will be very useful for students in Vietnam who are searching for studying in Finland. Okay, once more, thank you for joining this program today.
Thank you.
Thank you.